Yes, everyone, it is I, Rasko, with a haircut. I'm not too sure it looks good on hair. Well, camera. It makes me look more bald than... No, it just makes me as bald as I am. Right, so yes, this is not the show we intended. This is not the show we planned. Not that we have much of a plan ever. This is the show. I don't know what this means, but this is the show. What are we doing? Well, we're going to drink beer. We're going to have a bit of a quiz. We were going to do this a bit differently, but I guess that gives us something to do next week. There's been a few technical shake-ups. We haven't even plugged or promoted this show. But hey, that's the way we roll sometimes. I am Rasko, your host. I will be joined by Disco, your co-host, because this is the Rasko and Disco Beer Show. There's usually a time where we would have a theme tune, but we don't have one. So imagine whatever theme tune you'd like. Kevin Parton. There you go. Who else is watching? Hello, Kevin. Kevin, hello. Did you send a request to join the show, Kevin? Do we know you? Anyway. Hi.
Yes. Good evening, Rasko. Good evening. How are you doing? You all right?
I'm all right. I've got two beers with me. And that's yes, I've got two beers with me. What have you got? How are you? No sound. Can you hear me? Can I hear you?
I can hear you perfectly well. I can't believe there's no sound going out. I did just have to turn my sound up, but I can hear you perfectly loud and clear.
Well, is Kevin, you talking about the invite that I saw come up, but no, you didn't send an invite. Oh, it don't matter. Kevin, can you just confirm you can hear us? Just give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Sound? Can you? I don't know sign. Oh, God. Let's just roll with it. I mean, what else could go wrong tonight?
I know, it's been one of them days. It's been kind of one of them weeks a little bit as well. What beers you got on the lineup there, then? Let's go with that.
Well, I've got Kronk's, one of my local breweries, Lockdown Lager, Craft Pilsner, 4.2%.
Look at their website this week. I'm seriously thinking about the tea and coffee beers, the ones that you've done on the show.
You know what? 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, I had some of their Earl Grey beer again, and it's just gorgeous, and it's brilliant for this type of weather. I know you're not a seasonal drinker, but it is gorgeous, especially in the mango one. I know I was saying Kronk's had never wowed me. Well, guess what? They wowed me. As soon as I say they've not done it, they've done it.
Yeah.
So there you go. Big up. And I was in their bar. I was in their bar a week and a half ago after I'd spent time in Brewdog. When I finally understand Brewdog, the shit hits the fan with them. So yeah, there you go. But no, I went into Kronk's later on. I was speaking to one of the guys there. A very hazy memory of the conversation. I was just loving the Earl Grey beer. But yeah, and I've got Echo Haze New England IPA 6.5%. That is all I've got for tonight. I've got an emergency beer, but it's a 10%er, so maybe not.
Okay, well, I started off again. I was drinking a bit slowly tonight. I didn't start till late, but I wasn't actually going to do this on the show, but it is actually so nice. I do want to talk about it. It's really nice. I reviewed it the other day. It's McColl's in Campervan. So McColl's a brewery up in the northeast, up in County Durham. Campervan are from Leith in Edinburgh. It's a rolling on Rhubarb Hefeweizen. 4 points. Really nice. As you say about like seasonal beers, really nice for this time of year. Nice and fruity. It tastes like, do you remember them foam bananas from when you was kids, the penny sweets? Tastes somewhere between that and rhubarb and custard sweets. But it's just really nice, quite fruity, very, very drinkable. I probably should have had a little bit colder than this. I didn't actually put it in the fridge, but I should have done. But I fancy some chocolate again tonight. I did last week, so I've got a couple of chocolate beers lined up. What happened there, sir?
Spillage.
I think did you rescue it, or is it all over the sofa?
It's rescued. It's not that bad.
Good man. Don't want to be wasting beer.
Some of it's on the floor. Some. Better put some beer mats down, but yeah, it's all good. Did you have any good beers during the week?
Again, I was a little bit light for beers in the week. I just sort of, I don't know, I had a lot of things going on. I got home and sort of, I just had one, but I didn't do any reviews or anything like that.
Hello, hot scene, by the way.
You right there, Rob? It's appropriate time for me to come in and talk about what I'm just about to talk about. No, the main beers I had this week was a little bit of stupidity last Sunday, just for the fun of it, really. It was, it's Bank Holiday Monday. So I saw the weekend, I was watching Beer 52's live stream on, Friday, like their birthday live stream, and I just happened to flick over on it, and they were talking about beer cocktail, and I didn't even think that thing, but it suddenly it gave me like an idea. I'm like, hang on a minute, and I can't remember what the cocktails were. They looked alright, but it was just mixing kind of fairly lightish, quite bubbly beers. I realised my thing about sour beers, I've got a load. I gave a load away the other day because I just was never going to answer them. But I got 3 or 4 that I kept. Some of them were near date. So I thought, well, hang on a minute. I like amaretto. I don't drink spirits very much. I don't know about you, Rasko. I don't really drink spirits that much. I do like amaretto because it's kind of nicely sweet. You know what I mean? Quite drinkable. Whereas whiskey and vodka are quite kind of obviously the alcohol of them. I can't really drink them. Amaretto I can drink usually because I bung a bit of Coke, but there's a thing called an amaretto sour. So I looked into it. I don't think I actually did an amaretto sour because I can't remember what was in it. But yeah, so I had 3 sour beers and I paired them with some spirits and made some beer cocktails. And I was surprised. They was really, really nice, really nice. So the first one was like a Bloody Mary. Because I had some vodka there. I had some old vodka left over, some rhubarb vodka. And I had that tomato beer from Perival, tomato sour. So I made a Bloody Mary with a tomato sour, some vodka, and I made some kind of spicy sauce, to be Worcester sauce and Tabasco. I didn't actually have hangover, but it proper sorted me out. It was really nice. Just went the slightly spicy, the tomato, really good. And then, I done some amaretto with a pilot beer, the peach Melba sour. Quite nice, quite bubbly, quite fruity. And then I had this kind of 20-year-old German moonshine, which has been basically blackberries steeped in neat alcohol, medical grade alcohol from Germany, that my neighbour used to get. It's proper potent. It's kind of like a sip. I really like my next door neighbour, my parents used to play cards on a Friday night and get proper laced on it, but it's kind of aged really well because it was 100% proof medical grade alcohol. And it was a bit strange. So I had some blackberries. I always have blackberries in anyway because they grow in the garden. But so I made my own beer cocktails. It was kind of fun, a bit stupid. Posted up the video. A few people liked it. It was all good. Yeah,
that sounds good, man. That sounds good. Fair enough.
If
you looked at the Reels thing, that one sounds like a good feature for the Reels feature now on Instagram. Something I'm going to check out and use.
You're right. I know you said about it because I managed to get quite a short clipped video of the cocktails. So if I put some music behind that, it might. All I see on Reels though is people just singing along to hip hop songs and pointing at the screen and doing silly dances. But Irish Craft, good evening to you. Thanks for popping by.
Hello, mate. Hello.
Got a beer on tonight. We've got a couple. See how it goes. I know what you mean. It's a lot doing postings and stories, and then to add reels in as well. I'll have to look into it. I'll maybe try it with those cocktail videos.
Yeah. I think that'd be a good one to do for it. We got to look into it. I've got a few funny sketches. I say funny. Well, I got a few sketches.
It's subjective.
Hey, Irish craft beer guy, what are you drinking? Rob, how's the foot? And anyone else out there, hi. Yes. Can we just go shout? You can definitely hear us because there was a possibility of
a shout of dodgy sound earlier. So if you can definitely hear us, can you just give us a quick thumbs up in the comments there?
Yes. If you can hear us, what thumbs up? If you can hear us, I've got to only wait. If you can't hear
us, if there's no sound, thumbs down. Yeah. Thumbs down if there's no sound, because we don't know. And if you can lip read, happy days.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, flipping it! This is going to be a fun show.
Kevin Barton's got sound now. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else? Sound check, please.
Sound. That's sound there. It's fucking sound.
What I had this week, I had a bit of a hard day at work, so on Thursday I went for a pint, which turned out to be 3 strong beers. And
Standard.
Yeah. I had, I think it's either 13 or 15% barrel-aged bourbon stout by a siren called Haunted House. And I haven't done the review of it, but I am. But the review is going to go something like this. I mean, I opened it it was opened some distance from me. Like where... No, it was in a rather big bottle. It's the first time on our live. Well, welcome, man. This is what we do, crazy things. And we're going to play a game later on. Well, sort of, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say crazy is subjective, but yeah, just chatting about beer. So let us know what beer you got.
So I opened it some distance from me. And there's a smell that came up very quickly, very potent of that bourbon-like smell. It had contained chocolate in it. Well, it said chocolate on it. If I'm honest, I didn't really get much chocolate. I got a sweetness, but I got bourbon. And I'll tell you what, if you haven't had any spirits or bourbon or whiskey stuff recently, that's an adequate replacement. I mean, it was absolutely gorgeous. I was so happy to be drinking it. I mean, it's been a while since a beer has made me that happy to just be going it and going, wow. It wasn't cheap. It was 15 quid.
What was this, in a can or on draft?
No, on bottle. Bottle.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen that one off of Siren, but we do know Siren pretty well, although I've taken me off the ball with them a little bit. But we know they've got a really good barrel aging program. They do bring out some really good big stuff. I don't always get into because of the price. We know why the price is the price. We don't complain about it. But yeah, I don't always get into their big barrel age stuff, but it's something I'd love to look at a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I sent a message to Ken Beer Review showing it, and he said, "Oh yeah, I've been meaning to get one of those." And I said, "Mate, I'd get you one, but I don't think I can hand it over to you."
It would last.
Yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous, every drop, and because of that, it has to get a Beer of the Year nomination. So it's in there. Siren, you made the grade this year. Congratulations. It's and the beats.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Beats. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Talking about smell, when you open it, I've just had much the same kind of effect about what you're talking about there. Oh, yeah. So I fancied a bit of chocolate tonight, so I got this one. The other week in my Yorkshire box from the small brewery project up in Yorkshire. It's a salted caramel and mocha porter, 5% from C84 Brewery, which is a fairly new one for me, but they did partake in that Yorkshire pudding beer I had last week. I think they were for Leeds somewhere. But a really nice, strong, chocolatey smell and the aroma.
Okay.
Sometimes I find, I don't know about you, sometimes I find chocolatey to be a bit kind of, the aroma to be a bit kind of like vegetable-y, a bit kind of like vegetable matter, do you know what I mean? It's like a bit sort of overdone. But that's really nice, smooth chocolate on there. Smells like I'm going to enjoy it. little bit of coffee maybe.
Okay.
A little bit of salted caramel.
All right. All right. All right. Happy?
Very much so. Nice balance across the flavours. A little bit of salt. Not like massively salty, but yeah, more chocolate than anything. Yeah, like a again like a one of them like chocolatey truffle kind of things you get at like posh chocolate shops.
Mm.
A little coffee truffle or something. Not massive thickness, but quite smooth. A little bit bubbly, but a very nice pour.
Very nice. I'm happy for you. Just go back to the haunted house I was having. Like I said, It was not chocolatey, but it was sweet and barrel aged like sweet. And it was gorgeous. I mean, yeah, that's all you can really say about it. Like bourbon and whiskey, like sweet, or that type of. It was a very adequate replacement for a spirit. That's all I can say. Short and sweet review. This is nice, but I should have chilled it. I'm actually really enjoying it, but it would have been better chilled as a Pilsner. An English Pilsner, or a the lockdown lager, Craft Pilsner, whatever that is.
First, as long as it's cool, it's right, but it's always going to be better cold, isn't it?
Yeah, it's from Sapphire hops and gives the beer a refreshing, slightly citrus twist. A little citrus, I would say a huge amount, followed by a classic clean and malty Pilsner. Malt? Yes, now you mention it. Best enjoyed outdoors. Yep, you're right about that.
You read that now.
Yeah. But no, I'm liking that. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. Yeah. I'm happy that I'm happy. Is everyone else out there happy? Really looking forward to that New England IPA. Should we do the little serious bit, because the whole world runs serious, and then we get back to being non-serious?
Yeah.
So, last week, Disco let me know, because I was probably the last to know, that there has been quite a bit on news. I did know something about this, about bullying and sexism within the craft beer industry. It's been broken on Women's Hour on Radio 4, and there have been 2 dedicated Instagram accounts to sharing stories of this. A lot of breweries have been implicated. There's been a resignation from Marble over it. And there's been a bit of online abuse of it. Now, I'm going to say this. I've had the shit ripped out of me in my employment place, and it's horrible. But I will say, going to social media is the last resort, if a resort at all. Go through the process first. And there's a decent process to go through. Well, half decent. It doesn't always work. Then if that doesn't work, seek further advice. Don't give up if you feel you're in just cause. All I can say is that, look, to the keyboard warriors out there, everyone's got feelings. And even if someone's done something wrong, you shouldn't be going out and headhunting them. Be cool. You've got to be critical and not emotional on things like this. This is an ultra serious issue. But much love and respect to anyone who's suffered and anyone who's in pain over this thing. So be cool, everyone. And that is my thoughts and feelings on this. The breweries that have been implicated, I'm not boycotting you. I'm going to give you some time to sort this. I'm going to maybe not review you. I might talk about you a little bit, but I'm going to give you time to sort your shit out. And that's it. No boycotts yet. You're not on the Wetherspoons list yet. Like I said last week, you are not there yet.
Well, apparently there is a list coming out. I've seen a lot of breweries. I think there's like 4 or 5 main breweries. Like Craig asked me for a list the other day. I said there is no definitive list, but these are the ones I know about, based on reading the stories on Instagram, and apparently some of those posts have been taken down over threats of legal action. One of the breweries concerned, who weren't, I don't think, named, but were implicated, or like by implication, but they weren't specific. But apparently, one of the breweries immediately threatened legal action at Brit Beer Girl, who's instigated the report. She's reposting the messages that people have sent her about the sexism in the industry and the occurrences that have happened. So she's had to take a couple of posts down, which, as somebody pointed out on Twitter, is like, well, if as a brewery your first recourse is legal action, maybe you need to be having a look at yourselves and what your business practice is, and maybe you need to sort it out first before you get into legals. But she has had a long over, and she's had to take posts down. So that kind of indicates the level of issue here. But it has started a movement. Some good things are already coming out of it, like there's dialogue. Marble, as you say, have at least identified the issue, and steps have been taken to restructure the management. And some of the breweries off of the American list, Brianna in America, some of the breweries from there's a brewery in Denmark, Dry and Bitter, who I have had a beer from, but I don't know that much about. But like the head guy from there has quit and sold his shares in the company. So there are changes occurring, and it sort of has to keep going, I suppose. Has to keep going.
Yeah. Absolutely. And there you go. Make the change happen, but just remember, everyone's got feelings, and even if someone has done something wrong, they don't deserve a hanging or to be lynched. I'm sorry, you don't have the right to put justice in your hand. No,
there are procedures. There are ways of dealing with it, and it's as long as you go through the right channels. And I think some channels have been made in this instance. So I think as long as you go through those channels, then you go about it the right way. And like you say, rather than just instantly, attack on social media. But again, you say that, and other people will have an opposite view of that, to say that is okay, because if you put stuff in a public forum, you have to stand by what you've said. So you
do, but you got to be considerate. Even people who have done something wrong deserve trial and not public execution, in my opinion, or social media execution in this case. Just everyone cool. But hey,
well,
this is
as we carry on talking about beer and not being, as far as we know, sexist, racist, misogynistic, or any kind of ists and isms, just talk about the beer. Yeah.
I feel you've just repressed me, though.
You're repressed enough as it is, son.
Yes, it is true. It is true. I am a classic repressive of my own nature. All right, you're going to play a game. And TW207, hello. Are you the droid we're looking for?
He's a lovely fella, but no, he's not the droid we're looking for in terms of talking about beer. I think he's come and gone now, so he's popped in.
Oh, wave to him anyway.
It's going down far too quickly. This is far too nice. Look at it clinging to that glass.
Very clean, yeah.
Really decent porter. Really pleased with that. Got to check out, when we actually go to Yorkshire, there's an ever-growing list of breweries to go to, and definitely need to check that one. We was invited to not invited, but they said, the Crooked Tap, that was it, the Crooked Tap just outside of York, which obviously is a local of Adam Graver, Time for a Brew podcast, who told us about them. And he's he's part of this small brewery project, or he has at least chosen some beers. I didn't get the box that he curated, because I don't tend to do subscription boxes, because there's always going to be something in there that I'm not bothered about. I just choose beers that I want. So I got a bunch of beers that looked really good, and I had one of theirs on the show last week. So this is another one from the box from curated by the guys at the Crooked Tap in ACOM in York and the Crooked Brewery, which is it's like a brew pub. So I had one of theirs last week, and this is one that they put together. And I have got some green duck to do from them as well. The Time for a Brew podcast World Cup winners. So I was going to do that last night, and then things occurred, family stuff, and I never got back here in time to do any reviews last night, and I didn't end up doing any reviews today either. So that's something this week. Maybe I'm doing one next week. Oh no! So what we could do next week, impromptu meeting. I'm sure at some point this week or next week is like the anniversary of when we went to the Czech embassy to drink a load of Czech beers. So we could do Czech beers as a theme next week.
Okay.
If you happen to be in a supermarket and can pick up some Budvar or some Pilsner Urquell, we could do a Czech beer theme next week.
Maybe, yes. Maybe.
So I just said that whilst I thought about it. It's not really a production meeting here, but let's get on to the fun stuff.
Right, yeah, hit it. So you're going to pub quiz me.
Well, you said about pub quizzes, and like obviously we're eons behind the time here at Rasko Disco. We always do things after everybody else has done it, because pub quizzes were a massive thing last year. Like at the start of lockdown, everybody was like, "Oh, let's do a pub quiz." I'm still doing at least one pub quiz a week on Zoom. So I do one on a Tuesday. Sometimes I do a music one on Monday. But you said let's do a pub quiz, so I've got some questions for if you want to do a little game show style pub quiz.
Yes, let's test it out, because I think Lucy suggested we should do a Battleship beer, and you know what? I think that's a good idea. We should play Battleship, but with beer.
I see. Yeah. I also think we should do Blockbusters. I've got to get a Blockbusters board game.
Okay.
Around the corner, and we could. I don't know how it would work on screen. If I could put it behind me, or maybe on the big screen or something. We'll have to look into that one. But yeah, it's all fun and games, isn't it? It's all fun and games. It
is, and you know what else you've got to look forward to? I think we're going to do a bit of Euros coverage. We're going to, bit of fun and games of the Euros and chatting and beering. And Adam's a big football man. Let's invite him back on the show for his comments. Craig, I think he likes it.
He'll be at the pub watching it, mate. Do you know what? I've so not bothered. I didn't even watch the friendly game the other day.
No.
I saw the second half of it. And I sort of like, I've got so used to not watching football now. I haven't even bothered looking at the dates and stuff. I haven't planned nothing for the Euros.
Yeah, me neither, actually. I don't even know who's in the squad. Wouldn't even recognise the squad. I am the worst football fan ever. Let that be known. I know of one football player who has signed a permanent contract for 2 years in a West London club. Charlie Austin. He is officially back, and that's it. All I need to know. Southgate, you missed out. That's it.
Well, there you go. That's 10 goals for the Eeps next year, isn't it?
I doubt it, mate.
He gets injured in October and sits the rest of the season out collecting his fucking 20 grand a week.
He's done all right. He hasn't had one injury since January. He's on 13
since January.
Yeah, since January.
You're 2 years. Nah, fair play. All the best, QPR. We look forward to playing you next season when we go up or you go down.
Oh, mate, we're going up, so we'll never play you again.
That's what they used to say back when they was in the same league as us. Third division. Right, you want some quiz questions then?
Yeah, hit me.
All right, so these quiz questions are just, I don't know where I get these from. I just randomly make up a bunch of questions for my lot on a Tuesday night. So I think I got these online somewhere. So 10 questions, random. You probably won't know the answer, but I didn't know the answer to most of them, but I'll give you 4 options so you can at least guess one. Let's dive in, eyes down, looking in. Let's play guess the option. I did these with Dominic the other week, and he wasn't a fan of multiple choice because he said it was like it's just basically a game of guessing A, B, C, or D. But anyway, talking of the Euro.
Yes, Kevin, I am sort of a QPR fan. Yeah, more or less.
He is, yeah. So, I mean, he knows nothing about football because he's a QPR fan, but bless him. And I love to hate QPR. It used to be a little kind of rivalry thing. Right then, Rasko, contender ready.
Yes.
Question 1. Talking as we were of the Euros, which European country officially has 158 verses to its national anthem?
Is there no more? There's no multiple choice. Okay.
No multiple choice. I just gave you that little break for a bit of drama and whether you wanted to guess straight away, and then I'll give you the options.
You give me the
Kev,
options.
feel free to guess in the comments.
Yeah. Anyone
Take
in
a
the
guess.
comments?
Which way are you going? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I want the multiple choice. I think I know this one. I want the multiple choice.
Country, see how it goes.
Ah.
For a bit of fun, what would you, if you were pushed, if there was no multiple choice, what would you go?
110 verses.
158. I mean, obviously they don't always use them. Oh, Kevin's a Bluebird. He's a Cardiff City fan.
Cardiff City fan, now.
Okay,
We sing songs about you. Yeah, we sing songs about you, but never mind.
Stories.
Yeah.
Now, which European country would you plump for before you hear the options? It's always fun to have a guess.
I would go with Liechtenstein, a nice little tax haven.
It's not a bad guess, to be fair. Is it option A, France, option B, Greece, C, Switzerland, or D, Bulgaria?
Ah, right. It's I'm leaning between. I think it's. I'm going to go with D.
D, Bulgaria. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, I wish I'd queued up the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire theme tune for this. That would have been brilliant. If that's your final answer, I can tell you it's wrong, I'm afraid. It's B, Greece, apparently.
No, of course it is, yes.
Well, Kevin went D as well, so could have been. Mind you, I thought if you'd said Liechtenstein, you would have gone with Switzerland as the next, is kind of that kind of thing.
I was leaning, but you know what? I forgot Greece was on the list.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay, question 2. You might know this, being a father. This is something that you should know.
Don't stereotype us now.
Right, question 2. What is the collective noun for a group of unicorns? Dominic hated this question, but I probably, I mean, yeah, if you know it, I don't know why you would, but a group of unicorns. You know what I mean by collective noun, like when what they're called when they're all like a group, like a murder of crows and a.
Yeah, a uniform.
Is it A, a blessing, B, an imaginarium, C, a sparkle, or D, a fantasium? Which possibly says a lot about my imagination because I've made 3 of them up.
A fantasium.
Yeah, but you've gone D again.
Yeah.
If you just guess D, probably one of them will be right. Unfortunately, it's A blessing. D is Kevin as well. Oh no, sorry, Brandon. All right, Brandon's guessed D as well.
No, he went with the last one. They all went with the D with the last one.
Okay, it's a blessing of unicorns, which I think is ridiculous. I think a sparkle of unicorns would be a much better name.
Yeah.
I mean, you can Google these afterwards and see if I'm right, but I just got these off of a website, so I did check some of them. I don't think I checked that one. Right then, question 3. Again, I've no reason to suspect you would know this, but so there's options. Question 3. Native to the Caribbean, Leptodactylus phalanx or mountain chicken is what sort of animal? Is it A?
Yeah.
Unless you want to guess. Unless
No.
you want to guess. Okay.
No.
Is it A, a sheep? B, a goat? C, a frog? Or D, an iguana? So sheep, goat, frog, iguana.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. Native to the Caribbean,
Yeah.
Leptodactylus phalanx, otherwise known as mountain chicken, is what sort of animal?
B.
Goat.
Yeah.
So your final answer?
Yes.
It's C, a frog.
Oh, Brandon just got that as well.
He got frog. He put frog. Fair play. 1 point to Brandon. I thought there was
Hello.
enough in that question. Hi there, Sarah. You'll be good at this. A little bit of quizzing going on. I thought there was enough in that question. Because a lot of people say that chicken, like frog's legs, taste a bit like chicken.
Yes. Well, I've never had a frog's leg, so yeah.
All right. Question number 4. Here's one for you. This may test your memory, perhaps, and see what sort of childhood you had. And also one for Kevin. Kevin should get this one, I think. Question 4.
Yep.
Which football team did Roy Race play for?
Cardiff City.
It's not Cardiff City, funnily enough. That's a good guess. Is it A, Harchester United, B, Glipton Grasshoppers, C, Melchester Rovers, or D, Fulchester United?
What wasn't Harchester United have a television series from Sky?
Maybe.
Yeah. Roy Race. Who the fuck? Brandon's gone C. Anyone else out there? I mean, they can probably Google this better than I can at the moment. Roy Race. I'm going to go with C.
Brandon is correct to go C. Have you heard of Roy of the Rovers? The cartoon? I mean, I can't even remember the name of the comic book. I can't remember the name of the comic book of it. I'm sure Sarah will tell me the name of the comic book in the corner. Yeah, Melchester Rovers, Roy of the Rovers in the comic. You're correct. Harchester United was in a Sky One program whose name I've instantly forgotten.
Dream Team or something like that.
Yeah, they played in purple, and they used clips from actual Premiership games and changed the colours.
Yeah.
Yep. No, good Sky TV knowledge. What about Glipton Grasshoppers? Do you remember watching that as a kid?
No.
There was a show called Jossie's Giants based in Newcastle.
Yeah.
It was somewhere between Why Don't You and Biker Grove kind of thing. It was come out of the same TV company.
I think I remember that actually. Got repeated on UK Gold in the early 90s as well.
Sarah says she's too young to know this question. Fair enough. Fulchester United. Do you know where that comes from?
No.
That's Billy the Fish in Viz comic, adult comic.
Right.
Anyway, there you go. So points for Brandon again. Points for you. 1 point for you then, I think.
Mm-hmm.
5 at the halfway stage. I thought I'd put a beer question in, and I did this a bit last minute, so forgive me for this one. Which Scottish brewery produces a beer named Disco Forklift Truck? That's also seeing if you've been paying attention. But for everybody else, which Scottish brewery produces a beer named Disco Forklift Truck?
You read out, because people, I know this, so you read out the options to see if anyone else knows.
Is it A, Fierce Beer, B, 71 Brewing, C, Drygate, or D, Pilot? So it's Fierce Beer Brewing, Fierce Beer, 71 Brewing, Drygate or Pilot that brews Disco Forklift Truck up in Scotland.
C.
That's correct. Didn't give anyone a chance there. Straight in with C, Drygate. I thought that might be a bit too easy, but I wasn't sure if you'd paid enough attention. But fair play, bonus points for paying attention. So 2 points for you now.
Thanks.
Question 6. I've got 10 here, yeah. So let's do all 10 because we've got time.
Do it.
Question 6. Which TV chef was caught shoplifting cheese from Tesco in Henley on Thames in January 2012? Yeah, right.
Oh. Give me the names.
Is it A, James Martin, B, Ainsley Harriott, C, Hugh Fernley Whittingstall, or D, Anthony Worrell Thompson?
C.
Just waiting for some others to come in. I'm not sure if I can see C's, but I think that was from the previous question.
It was, yeah.
Brandon's gone with A, James Martin.
D.
Sarah's gone with D. You're going with C, are you?
Yeah.
Final answer?
Final answer?
C, Hugh Fernley Whittingstall. No, it was D, Anthony Worrell Thompson. Good thieving chef knowledge from Sarah there. I won't say that. Okay. Do you remember that? That was in the papers. I don't even know what it was about. It was like a story in the Sun or something. Right, here's a good one for you. Question 7. The word peniophobia relates to a fear of what? Peniophobia. P-E-N-I-A. Lou said D as well.
Yeah.
What does Lou say to this one, Brandon? The word peniophobia relates to a fear of what? Is it A, being arrested, B, small things, C, poverty, or D, fallacies?
Can I get the options again, please?
Yeah, is it A, being arrested, B, small things, C, poverty, or D, fallacies?
A.
A, being arrested. Brandon says B, small things. Peniophobia apparently relates to C, poverty.
Oh.
I think that's where you get the word penitentiary and penal code and stuff like that. I don't know, how words come up. No points for Brandon, no points for you. Sarah went A, being arrested. Yeah, no, C, poverty apparently. Good guesswork though. Question 8. What sort of animal is a bummerlow? That's bummerlow, B-U-M-M-A-L-O. Is it A, an African antelope, B, a European wading bird, C, an Asian tropical fish, or D, a South American gerbil?
Can I have the question again, please?
Uh-huh. What sort of animal is a bumelo? B-U-M-M-A-L-O, a bumelo. It only gets funnier the more you say it. Bumelo.
Yes, bumelo.
A bumelo, because I'm childish, is a bumelo an African antelope, a European wading bird, an Asian tropical fish, or a South American gerbil?
I'm going to go with the South American gerbil. Just for the comedy gold for it.
Gerbils are funny, aren't they? D, South American gerbil. Sarah's gone fish. Not sure if Brandon's going or John's going, but you're going with South American gerbil. A bumelo is C, an Asian tropical fish. Apparently. I don't know, is it easier or harder when you've got the options in front of you? Do you like talk yourself out of each of them or?
No, easier.
Fair enough. Well done to Sarah. Another point there for the fish. Question number 9. You'll be pleased to know there's only 2 of these left, unless you want some more. I've got shitloads of this stuff going. Question 9. In April 1722, the Tsar of Russia, Peter the Great, ended a hugely unpopular tax on what?
Oh, I used to know this. Give me the options.
Well, Rasko, it's kind of your end of the world, isn't it?
No, not at all.
Everybody mistakes you for Russian, and you're not. I know that. Right, so 1722, the Tsar of Russia, Peter the Great, ended a hugely unpopular tax on, was it A, beards, B, windows, C, vodka, or D, salt?
Bizarrely, it could have been. He did introduce some reform on beards. Something just banged loudly in my house. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Oh, indeed.
Is it okay? Is the house still standing?
Yeah, never mind. Oh. Yep, well, it's a good thing I didn't go out there anyway, Fen. Yeah, no, he did introduce some reform over beards. He wanted to modernize Russia, and he went around pulling people's beards off, but there was no taxation on it. It could be salt or... He literally, he literally did. He wanted Russia to become more modern and more Europeanized because they were fairly medieval at the time he took over. It's
either A, Brandon's going salt.
No, but it is not A. It is not A. It is either salt or vodka. I think. I'm gonna go with salt, even though part of me says it's vodka.
D, salt. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Well then, find out after the break. We don't have a commercial break on this show, so
yeah.
The answer is, Sarah's right, it's A, beards, apparently.
What the fuck?
I'm sure he taxed at least 2 of the other 3 at some point in time anyway, but Windows was taxed, in this country, Windows were taxed in the 17 or 1800s. That's why you see a load of bricked up windows, because if you didn't have if you bricked up your windows, you didn't have to pay your tax. Vodka must have been taxed at some point in Russia, and probably still is heavily. I think salt was the Romans. The Romans taxed salt because they used it as a form of currency. There you go.
Beards. Unbelievable.
I'm sure
that's probably how he introduced the reform then, of getting people to cut their beards.
Wasn't it one of the Russian states like Tajikistan or something that banned? Is it either banned everybody from men from growing a beard or said all men have to have a beard or something? It's like Tajikistan or
I don't know. But I do remember Peter the Great introducing reform saying beard's got to go, and it's probably how he did it, create a tax on it.
Yeah. I've got one more beer. Are you going to another beer as well?
I am. I'm starting on Echo New England IPA at 6.5%. Let me just check. I have finished this because I have finished it. I have a habit of just sometimes leaving it. All right. Ooh, that's a nice pour you got there. Right, here we go. No dickhead pours.
Yeah, it's like this glass does make stuff fizz up. Yeah, I haven't
really bad.
I'm staying dark. I'm staying in Yorkshire. I'm going with 10% Laguna Sunrise from Turning Point. It's salted caramel glazed donut stout.
Ooh.
Exactly. Proper creamy head on that. It looks yellow on the camera, but it's not. It's kind of sort of beigey coloured head. Proper dark there though on the glass.
Oof. Oof.
What you got?
This is good. Oh
okay.
My God. This is good. It does smell. Can you smell it? Because it smells really good. As soon as you open the can, you get it. You know, it's got, what's it got in it? It's very fruity, very passion fruit, very mangoish. Palm, you know, they say it's an addition of coconut palm sugar to pay homage to the ingredients used in famous African beverages, palm wine. Oh, it's, mate, if you like sweet stuff, this is up your street. This is the best beer I've had from Echo, and that's even saying better than their smoked porter, and it's better than the smoked drink. This is it. This is Echo coming to maturity now, coming into a new level. I wouldn't say Premier League. They're getting into the Championship now. So wow, well done, Echo. Flipping heck.
Whoa. Ooh.
That's made me a happy man.
Jeez.
Yeah.
This, I won't say on the other hand, because it's not quite right. I mean, it's 10%, so you know what you're getting, really. Yeah, salted caramel glazed donut stout. Often when you have something that's a donut stout, I never get much donut. It's just a lot of sweetness. And there is a lot of sweetness in this. It's a big boozy hit to start off with. It's one of them that's like it's barrel aged in like proper heavy whiskey barrel. Like it's smooth enough, but it's a proper big hitter.
We are making strange noises.
Yeah, it's known as the wow factor, or quite often the ooh factor. When you get a beer that just hits your senses, hits the taste buds, and even before that hits the on the aromas, hits the nose on the aromas. I think in beer terms they're not that strange. They're quite common, but they do sound a bit weird. I will admit that. Sofa King, greetings. Thanks for popping in. Sofa King, what a great channel name, by the way. That is. I love a good pun like that, as you know. Yeah, but that's a proper heavy kind of stout. I'm pleased I've got another one as well, so I'm going to have another look at that another time. But yeah, it's quite heavy, very boozy.
Yeah.
You can taste all of the 10% in that. I'm not going to rush this one. The other two are fair smashed down, like that 5.5% porter. Smashed that pretty quick, but This is nice, and you seem to be enjoying yours. So good stuff.
I'm really enjoying it.
Echo stuff.
I'm really enjoying it. I only regret I didn't chill it again, and I'm not outside in the sunshine enjoying it. It's a bit strong for sessioning. It's 6.5%. Mate, and the color of it looks like a good tropical juice.
Yeah, true.
Nice thickness. No, the head's gone. It's dissipated, but fuck, I've got nothing bad to say about it. I'm contemplating giving it a nomination. It might be just short of nomination, but I will think about it.
Got numbers on there. Jim has messaged us separately. He's drinking Salopian Lemon Dream.
Well,
and I do like Salopian Lemon Dream. I haven't had that for a couple of years, but looks a good pint. So we're all having good pints tonight. Sofa King, what you want and how Sofa King drunk are you tonight, sir?
Yes, looks a Rolls Royce drinking experience. That's stout. Huh.
The stout, I wouldn't say Rolls Royce. I have to apologise to Turning Point. I love Turning Point. They do bring out some really good stouts. It is a good stout. It's not the best. It's 10% and it's sweet and slightly chocolatey. Little bit of caramel. Not that much salted caramel, to be fair. But it's a good sip. It's a good end of the night kind of 10%. I'm not smashing this. I am enjoying it though. I think I've had better. But it's Turning Point. Turning Point are all good. Like I say, it's got that kind of massive spirity edge to it, which is good, but I don't always enjoy it so much. But I wouldn't say Rolls Royce, but it's definitely, it is a supercar. It's definitely a supercar. Mm-hmm. I don't know much about supercars, so I can't say. It is good though. It is good, and I mean it's a stout, so I can enjoy it. Anyway. Rasko, do you want the last question in the quiz?
Yes, I do. Hit me.
We managed to stop at question 9 just because we needed a drink. I mean, I've got other questions if you want them, but question 10 in this round was: in which European country are there 6 villages named Silly, 12 villages named Billy, and 2 named Pratt?
Germany.
Is it A, Austria, B, Luxembourg, C, Slovenia, or D, France?
Austria.
A, Austria is a good shout. It's close. I don't see any other guesses coming in, but it's apparently D, France.
No.
Not been to any of them. I do love a good place name, though. There's quite a lot of good place names. I've never been to any of them. I'm sure Austria's got quite a few silly place names.
Yeah.
France as well. Good guess, Sarah. Again, missed a couple of comments there from Sofa King. Not had a drink in 11 months. I did not realise that, Sofa King. Fair play to you. I admire the willpower.
And Sarah said France. Yes.
Yes, I think you got about 3 points there, didn't you, Rasko?
I estimated to be 15 points.
15 points in a 10-point question round.
Yes. As I said, you can get. As I said, it's 5 points for every one you get right. So I got 15 points.
Okay. Oh yes, you did say that. Fair enough. All right. Well, there you go. That's round 1. I can do other rounds if you want. I've got loads of questions, but like I say, a little pub quiz. We're miles behind everybody else who was doing pub quizzes all of last year. So Thank you,
saying,
Bernard, for having a few guesses as well. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know.
stop saying we're behind. We are not behind. We're just doing it the way we do it because we roll
No,
better
that's
than anyone else.
no, that's enough way of looking at it, Rasko. That's spot on, sir.
Yeah. What's the time?
It's only 11 o'clock.
It is, yes. We started early. We've had a bit of a balls up a show in the planning and production of this one, but I promise we'll do better. I think we're going to have a bit of a conference of what we do the next couple of weeks. We've got the Euros, we've got Beer of the Year nominations, and a few games. I feel like this game thing. It was a good experiment.
Yeah.
You know what? If we went onto YouTube and did this, people could interact with us via their television sets, and that would be easier if they're on YouTube. Hint, 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 hint. Must follow what democracy has laid out. You know, you cannot go against democracy, yada, yada, yada.
Well, that's a definite production meeting idea to discuss.
Yes. Yeah, and I think it'd attract more guests. And I got some ideas for guests. Because there are some in the works, I promise, I promise, I promise.
Indeed, indeed.
Do you want me to rant about something for a couple of minutes?
Well, you did the rant earlier, didn't you, about the sexism in beer and stuff like that? It's kind of a rant.
No, that wasn't a rant. That was just, be careful for yourselves.
That was news.
Be careful. Well, it was, Rasko's guiding light of wisdom. Or was it my LBC? No, or could be my LBC moment, that one. Yeah, right.
Have you got a Rasko rant?
Right, Rasko, give me a subject to rant about.
Animal welfare. Or do you mean beer related?
Whatever you want.
Okay, I'm looking ahead of me, and in the corner there's a box with from Wild Beer that's got a stag in the front of it. So I said animal welfare. I don't know why. It's nothing related, but it just went random.
Okay, you still want me to go with that? I don't mind.
Yeah, go on, freestyle even.
So, animal welfare. It's an important thing, because how would you like to be kicked, prodded, and just experimented on? Show some respect for the creatures. The creature's just an innocent little bystander in your little desire to cause destruction. You, the advocate of havoc and pain, are just destroying innocence as it is. So I challenge you, sir, to behave. Thank you.
That's an excellent. That brought us back to the just a minute round that we played the other week. Almost. I'm not sure. I didn't time it, but there was almost 3/4 of a minute, I think.
Yeah, there was about 20 seconds there.
Yeah. Would you like another 10 quiz questions?
Yeah, yes, but I'm going to rant about them.
Okay.
Not another 10. Give me another one. Hit me one more. Bonus round.
Okay. Actually, I haven't got another 10. I've only got 2, 4, 6. I've got another 8. Because this was an 8-question one.
Okay.
This was from April Fool's Day.
Okay.
So this is an easy one. Easy one to start with. Which TV character from the 1980s frequently used the line, "Ain't getting no plane, fool"?
I want to hear your options. Go on, throw us the options.
Oh, these aren't options. These are just these were. Oh, I didn't have any options prepared for this one.
I'll give you some options. A, Hulk Hogan. B, the bloke who flew Airwolf. Yeah. C, Kit from Knight Rider. And D, and D, B.A. Baracus from the A-Team.
Good cultural references from the 80s when we was kids growing up.
Yes.
So who's singing Fool?
It is D. B.A. Baracus.
D. B.A. Baracus, yes. Let's...
Played by Mr. T, whose real name I forget.
And so do I. Now you mention it, that's a good question. What was his real name? Somebody will know that and tell us by the end of this quiz. So that's popular culture references for question 1. Let's cross to cultural references for question 2. And you should know this with your acting background.
What do you mean?
What is the name? Question 2. What is the name of the jester in Shakespeare's Twelfth Night, referred to as the fool that Lady Olivia's father took much delight in?
Shit.
I could see that level. I could see the levels drop there. I know this. I know it. Oh shit, I don't. You do know this.
Ah, shit. A long time ago, I was in a production of Twelfth Night as well.
Who were you? Who did you play?
I had 2 roles. I was priest and the sea captain.
Okay.
Ah, fuck. Pass.
I could see you as a priest. I think you'd make quite a good priest. You do have a good preach. I did this at A-level and I still would have forgotten, I think. The jester in Twelfth Night was called Feste. Right, so these are all based around April Fool's Day, so they're all vaguely related. But talking of jesters, question 3, jester is a registered trademark for the name of a variety of which of the 4 main ingredients in beer? So you've sort of got a multiple choice there.
Well, the 4 main ingredients in recipe for beer.
Yeah. One of them is a registered trademark as Jester.
I don't know. Hop?
Yeah, Jester is the name of a type of hop.
Really?
Not well
okay.
known. You don't see Jester hops too much, but it's definitely on the list. Could have been barley, could have been yeast. Probably wasn't going to be water, was it? Anyway, the next question, because I've got the list out of order here. The name iron pyrite is a scientific name for a mineral otherwise known as what?
Iron pyrite is a scientific name, otherwise known as what?
Bear in mind the theme of the quiz.
Fool? April Fool?
Go on, keep going, you're nearly there.
April Loy? April Stein? Pass. What?
Close. Fool's Gold.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It looks a bit like Fool's Gold. It looks a bit like gold. It's actually iron pyrite.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll like the next question, I think.
I doubt it.
Which actor played the Joker in Tim Burton's 1989 Batman film?
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, fucking easy for you, isn't it? You know that shit.
Yeah.
All right, worth a guess on the next question. A fruit fool is an English dessert traditionally made by folding crushed, pressed or pureed fruit into cream. The name fruit fool is said to come from which European language?
Okay.
I can give you multiple choice on that one if you want.
Yeah, give me multiple choice on that one.
Okay, is it A, Spain, B, Spanish, because European language, A, Spanish, B, French, C, German, or D, Belgian?
Well, it's not Belgium. Because they have arguably 4 different languages. Fruitful. And might be Spanish. Could be German. Fruitful. Could be was France an option?
Yeah, France was option B. So Spanish, French, German, Belgian.
I'm going to go with French.
Correct answer, sir.
Yes.
It is indeed, although it is hotly disputed, but the Oxford English Dictionary say that's one of the options as where it came from. Final question, and this is a bit of fun for you. What is the punchline if the question is, why can't your nose be 12 inches long?
Because you bump into things.
No, your nose can't be 12 inches long because then it would be a foot. You know, I like a terrible joke. Right, so that's the questions because I've got a load more terrible questions, but
no more.
That's enough.
No more. Right. Yes. Well, I think that concludes this episode of Rasko Disco Beer Show. I've enjoyed it muchly. It's not the show I wanted to do or planned to do, sort of. But let's face it, every plan I'm doing at the moment isn't working. I mean, I've been promising several posts and I haven't done one. I promised Mad Yankee certificate for 6 months. I haven't done one. So I'm feeling wonderful about myself. To tune in for more Rasko therapy. I think that's what I'm going to be doing. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. Oh, hello, Lucy. I'm about to say goodbye. Actually, how are you? You just missed the quiz. You could have joined in the quiz. How are you? What you been doing? Are you on the wine again? There. And that's that, really. That is the show in a nutshell. Unless you got something to get off your chest, Disco, it's your show too. Anything at all?
No ranting for me. What I will say is Harry from Blue Nose is live over on YouTube. We might wander over there in a bit and have a say hello. Oh yes, that might be good. That might be good. Oh, that's nice, Disco. Lucy says, yeah, good bit of way. It's bloody good beer, mate. Lucy says, sorry for missing us, but don't worry, should you wish to, Lucy, it will be up there on Instagram after the show and hopefully on YouTube during the week. If you should want to watch the fact talking shite and doing random quiz questions, you can always answer the quiz questions. And a rant, if you want me to rant about something. Yeah, so... I think Harry's on Blue Nose. You're going to wander over. I'm going to watch an interesting documentary about Thatcher. And yes, we shall see you all another time. Yes, indeed. Thanks to everybody for popping in tonight and everybody joining in the comments with the quiz questions. You'll get 100 bonus points just for saying hello, to be honest with you. Yeah. It's all good fun. pub quiz. We'll maybe do some more kind of game shows or pub quiz style shows later on, another time.
Yeah, I'm going to be hungover next week, so yeah.
Oh, no, why? What are you up to next week?
Friday, I'm going to be meeting my old mate Pat for a few pints. I won't say.
For us. Good man.
Yeah, I won't say where we're going because I don't want millions of people stalking me. But it has been leaked on the internet where I might be somewhere in North London, Kentish Town. You can do the rest of the work. Yeah, so that's where I'm going to be on Friday. So please, people, don't stalk me.
You mean up with Craig at any point? Because Craig's in town again, isn't he?
No, I've been in touch with him. We can't get a joint date when we're available. Sadly, but yeah, it'll be another time. Hopefully. That's that. So a big 911. Well, thanks for joining. We're about to leave.
So thanks for popping in. We are just about to sign off, but it will be back up after the event. It will be almost live. We'll save it, and you can watch it should you wish. Not compulsory.
Indeed.
But yeah, thanks to everybody for popping in, liking, and joining in with the comments. Cheers to you all. Have a good week, and we'll see you on here next week for some more live fun, whatever that may entail.
Yes, indeed. All right, believe enough to lose control.
Cheers, Rasko.
Bye-bye.